Two peanuts walk into a bar, and one was assaulted. You're welcome.
So some people have been asking us how much it costs to run the power poles, to have electricity in here. So we just thought we'd give you a breakdown of that today and let you know, yeah, pretty much everything included in that price. And then we'll compare it to the quote that we got to run solar.
So let's get started. Okay, so to run these poles cost us just under $7,000, like maybe $5 under $7,000. So it's $7,000 to run the poles, quarter mile in from the road into our property. To go underground, way more expensive, so that's why we ran the poles. There's going to be more than double. So the total was 6 poles, 5 here and 1 on the other side of the road to support, and then the wires and all that. And on this here particular pole, we actually haven't mentioned it yet, we're going to get a security light or a dusk of dawn light put on the top of that pole so it'll illuminate all here. It's going to be really, really handy and nice to have. Now let's go over here. This is the outside portion of the heat pump. This is probably will rarely get used for heat, mostly just be used for AC, but it's still nice to have the backup. Another question we got quite a bit was about heat pumps only working to 30 Fahrenheit. This one's actually good for 25 to 30 below Celsius. So they have different heat pumps, different brands, stuff like that. Up here, this is really common around here. A few people have mentioned about being in different places and saying they didn't think they were used up north here and stuff, but it's actually very common to have a heat pump nowadays up here. And there's different ones, and this one here is efficient up to, I think it's efficient up to minus 27 Celsius. So we don't get those kind of temperatures here in New Brunswick very often. It's pretty rare actually to get that. So we get pelted with the snow, but we're lucky as far as the cold goes. Now go out to Manitoba and stuff, it does get colder. So I don't know if they have other models for out there or whatever, I'm not sure. But here, this will still serve us well, no problem. But again, our wood stove's super efficient. You could leave overnight, pack that full, turn the draft down, leave overnight and come back and it'd still be good in here. We'll just set this to 10 degrees, 5 degrees, just to make sure it doesn't go below 0 in case we are late getting back or something, which may not even happen this winter, right? It's just as a security measure, right? So we'll have this be able to kick in, keep our pipes from freezing. We have our pipes run inside our home purposely for that reason. They come in the utility room and up along the top of our ceiling, which I still have to box in, haven't done that yet, and then into our bathroom, kitchen, wherever. We'll show you on the other side of the wall now, the interior unit of it. Okay, quickly before I go back inside, I want to tell you about another channel. It's actually relatives of ours. I want you to go check them out. It's called Creekside Maples. I'm going to put their link below. I'm going to pin it, put it right below. So right below the description, go there. If you can't see it there, the link, then just type it in Google or type it in the search bar. You'll go there. It's called Creekside Maples. Tony and Joni were related to them. They have a homestead in Nova Scotia. They're gardening, they got animals. He's building a barn. He also has a chainsaw mill where he's milling the boards. He's building the barn with his own milled wood right now. So it's interesting stuff. They're just getting started out with their channel, but I wanted to help them grow, and so letting you know about it. If you like our content, you're gonna love their content too, because it's similar stuff. Bear with them, they're just getting started with it, but they're gonna get better at it, and they're great people. So check them out, and thanks for the support for us, thanks for the support for them, and Creekside Maples. Go check them out and subscribe.
So this is our heat pump, something else we're including in the price because it's like one of the reasons that we wanted to have, one of the like bigger things for running power was to have a secondary heat and AC. So that's the heat pump there. And we did have Jeremy's friend, he installs them professionally. So he came and did it, which means we probably saved a little bit of money on this. So this was only $2,400 total to have it, to buy the unit and to have it installed. I mean, it's probably quite a bit more than that normally, but again, it was one of Jeremy's friends he's known his entire life, so he cut us a bit of a break on that. So we'll add that $2,400 into the price, and that's her. It's gonna be great. Love it. I'm super happy we did it. So just remember, these are Canadian dollars. All the prices I'm giving you in Canadian dollars. So in here is our 200 amp breaker. So to get this system set up, the 200 amps was $2,000. So that included the setup in here with one outlet, and then the setup outside, like that's just all part of it, and one outlet outside. So again, that was $2,000, and it's 200 amp service, which is what we wanted because we just figure 100 amp is just not going to cut it. That'd be good for a cottage, but not for a regular house you live in every day.
So that's a total of $11,400, which is way cheaper.
Yeah, because the quote we got for solar, which was just going to be for the house only, so it wouldn't have run anything in the garage. It was just like a basic system for the house, and to have it put on the roof, the solar panels and stuff was going to be, we had to like revamp. If we were going to buy a system, we would have to like buy the whole new system. So the quote was about $25,000 Canadian. So to get like a decent setup for inside the house, but you know, like we've said over and over again, we want to have unlimited power, and we want to be able to run power in the garage. We don't want to have to go spend another $20,000 to now set up the garage. And I don't think that would be adequate enough anyway. If Jeremy's going to be working on vehicles or doing anything with like, you know, tools, it's just going to take a lot of power. So we didn't want to have to worry about that every time he's in the garage trying to do something. Are we going to have enough power for it?
I priced it too, though. Not like we priced it. That was through a company, that one.
Yeah,
but I was pricing it how I was DIYing it, because we DIY'd that one.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a mix match because we had bought some things before
moving
we
here.
knew to put it with other things. So too, we get an MPPT charge controller now and stuff like that, which I didn't have before. And like the inverter's not the one I would have now, but the batteries are, solar panels aren't, things like that. But anyways, we could have used some of the stuff, but we even pricing it out with the batteries that, right, we just got a couple of batteries now. They're good ones. They're 420 amp hour solar batteries. They're good batteries, but just
we would have needed more than two.
But we would have needed way more. We'd need way more batteries, way more solar panels, all that. And it's not, even when you get it to run what we have now, the whole point, what we were looking for is to be able to run basically anything I want.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to even think about not having enough power.
Yeah,
when we have the lines already running, we have a 1/4 mile driveway,
Yeah.
and the lines already go by.
Yeah.
So we were thinking, they're already going by, why not tap in and just, instead of trying to chase power, I don't want to chase power my whole life.
No.
And then the garage was a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So we priced it DIY style too, still very expensive, and
Definitely
the
more
fact
than
of chasing power, man,
Yeah,
that's
we
what
just
it
don't want
comes
to do
down
that
to.
because we don't have to. So why do that when you don't have to? It's literally there.
You could set up like a good setup if you weren't trying to have like a whole pile of power. I would definitely, if we weren't like wanting, like if I buy a, welding machine or whatever to set up the garage, I don't want to be chasing that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? You just need a crazy thing,
Yeah.
Backup
heat, air conditioner.
all kinds of.
We just want to live a normal life with modern conveniences.
That's why it's.
And they take a lot of power.
That's why it's modern homestead.
That's right. So.
But we're good backup. We're good backup if it goes.
Sure.
If things go out, we're good backup. Like we got the wood stove. That's our primary heat anyway. That's not even backup. The backup's actually the heat pump.
Heat pump.
And all that. So we're good backup.
Yeah.
If we lose it, got Jenny's. We got the little solar still. That runs actually a couple of our main lights, and it can run our water pump, all that stuff.
Yeah. And we have, we're set up with the propane cooktop.
Yeah,
and if for some reason we couldn't get propane for the cooktop, you can cook on our wood stove. So you can warm the kettle, you can warm water, you can cook on there. So.
And in the summer, when you're not going to fire up the wood stove, you can cook on the fire. We have a Dutch oven, that stuff. So good to go there.
We're totally set up no matter what
happens. Cook a hot dog.
Yeah, I know, right? So ultimately, we're just, in the 21st century, so we don't have to chase power if we don't want to, and we don't have to live without modern conveniences if we don't want to, and we don't want to.
So that's what it costs, a fraction of the price to run the grid power.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to be paying a bill, right? But we're paying gas bills because we're trying to run a lot of those modern conveniences off the gas too, and also solar doesn't last forever. So you get a DIY system or anything like that. I'm not knocking solar, so don't get me wrong. I'm just saying for us in particular. I really don't want to chase power. That's number one.
Yeah.
But eventually the batteries, they take maintenance.
Yep.
They're good for a range as long as you keep them, above 50%, stuff like that. You let them go down. That's a problem you run into too. But you need lots of batteries. Depending on your setup, everybody's setup's different. We would have
Yeah.
needed all that. You got to replace batteries every
10 years,
10 years
or
or
so.
so, right? So-
Yeah.
now.
They're not cheap.
You know, there's give or take on things like that. So I'm not quoting gospel on it. So.
And some people had said, oh, they can't wait to see our first hydro bill. Well, we'll be sure to share that with you.
we will.
So we
should
don't
have-
care. We don't mind having to pay that bill, like I said. And no, I'm not interested in paying your bill. So anybody who's like, well, you can pay my bill too. Not going to happen. But I'll share my first bill with you.
Couldn't afford to.
Yeah, that's right. I'll share whatever our bill is. And like I said, it's worth it paying that bill in order to just have the power at our fingertips.
But if we were to compare our gas bills,
for
right,
the generators and stuff. So.
it would be, I guarantee the gas is going to be more
Yeah.
for what we pay.
Yeah.
So this is just, we're probably going to save money.
Yeah.
If we don't,
We'll
for a
break
little
even.
more, trust me, it ain't going to, I don't care. It's not going to
No,
be that
it'd be
different.
worth it. No, it won't.
Not for what we've had to put in. Like, man, we run the generators been running constantly,
Mm-hmm.
right? And especially now that it's not sunny, the little bit of solar we got.
Isn't the greatest when it's not sunny.
Yeah, it's not. You know, it's keeping up. We're only running a couple lights and stuff, but if we were running the pump off it now, it's kind of scary to hook the pump into it now with the
Yeah.
winters here. So
You don't want to drain the batteries. And then there's no sun to recharge them. So
well, anyways, that's what people were wondering, the cost of that. So
Yeah.
because you know maybe people are looking for a similar idea. Maybe they're thinking of running some power, or
yeah.
you know, that's information.
If you're good to just,
Oh, and
the
the-
solar fridge is amazing. So if you wanted just like a super basic setup and you don't care about having extra conveniences, then I mean, even our basic system would work for you because it literally runs our fridge and it runs lights, which is all, if that's all you care about, that's all you need.
Our fridge takes 56 watts to run.
It's great for solar, definitely a great fridge.
It's a unique off-grid fridge, so it actually is awesome. And the propane
Yeah.
stove, and that runs our lights, and it actually could run our pump. You'd probably want to upgrade a bit if you're going to run the pump. And
Yeah.
you can get better pumps. We have a submersible pump that actually runs 1,200 watts. You can get way more efficient pumps than that.
Yeah.
This one doesn't surge, so that was what we wanted.
Yeah, for the power.
But some people just have their own little setup for their pump.
Yeah. Or
But
if you don't
that
even have
wasn't,
a
we weren't
run
looking
one.
for that. So, but even us, we'd be good if we just read books and stuff, and
Yeah, right?
you know.
And like it runs the lights, a couple of lights, so you're good with just a bit of light and a fridge and get the propane cook stove, the heat. I mean, you don't need to have power if somebody really did want to live that way, but
You could definitely
We
live
don't.
here without it. And
yeah,
you don't
definitely
need
could.
you don't need like we had kerosene lamps, stuff like that too.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
But
the
who wants to do
lantern.
that when you don't have to? So
Exactly. If you have to, that's a different story.
we
but
don't. So
we don't.
some people probably don't want it. So
No, that's right.
but yeah, anyways, if it was our camp or something, we would never run power into it.
No, if it was
Right.
just the camp, definitely it would be totally good this way. Because we wouldn't need the AC and the big TV and the Keurig if it's just our camp.
Yeah.
We
All
need
right.
those things.
We're just ranting on now.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the info. Oh, one more thing. Some people asked about if you could bury the lines.
Okay, yeah.
And it was like
It was
double
at
the price,
least
right?
double. Yeah.
Maybe more than double.
Yeah, it might have
It was
been a
a-
little more.
Lot more expensive, yeah.
I don't know why, but I know that he did. I asked about it for sure in the beginning. They
Mm-hmm.
said no, it'd be at least like minimum double your price to run them underground.
So there you go.
We're not doing it.
So that's all good anyways, and I think we covered those things. That was a lot of the questions that people asked.
Yeah.
Right? So probably missed something here and there, but they were the most common ones recently, so it was worth a video.
Yeah,
that's
for
how,
sure.
That's how many there was, right?
Any more questions? Feel free to ask. Maybe we'll answer them. Maybe we won't.
Well, we probably will
Probably
answer
will,
them in
though.
the description as best we can,
Yeah.
but once we get a whole bunch of them, we just put them together in a video.
Yeah, yeah. Enough people wanted to know.
Well, all right, 8 days to Christmas.
Yay!
Right? 8?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Today's Thursday. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
17th, I think. All right. See you later.
See you in the next one.